Today I'm going to be taking you through 3 tweaks that help me hit my lifetime goal of 300 kilos on the deadlift, while also taking you through my deadlift session 3 weeks out for my next powerlifting competition. Let's go. Yes. Got 200 kilos here. Should be aiming for about 85 to 90% of my 1 rep max. I'm currently working off of a 1 rep max of around 280 kilos. So today's goal, I'm going to be building to around 240 to 250-ish. I'm going to see how it feels, especially after last week's back tweak. I'm going to see how it goes on the way up. So tip number 1 is going to be taking the slack out of the bar. Now, it might seem really obvious and simple. However, especially when you're using a deadlift bar, there's quite a fair bit of whip. And if you don't take that slack out first, as you lift the bar from the floor, that slack has to go somewhere. And if you haven't already prepared your body by taking it into the body, your hips are going to shoot up first, your back is going to be pulled forward out of position, and then you're going to be craning the weight up. Insert clip here of me 10 years ago, PBing my deadlift at 210 kilos. And as you can see here, pure craneage. Unlike what you can see here with a 300 kilo deadlift, where I was a lot more composed, I've taken the slack out of the bar and I maintained position for the whole lift. So let's get into 200 kilos. Lovely. Good work. Yes. So point number 2 is going to be leg drive. Now, this is a very individual cue, but for me and quite a few of my clients, when we switch from thinking about pulling from the floor and think about pushing our feet into the ground, weight started feeling a little bit more full body. And I really noticed my leg driving the lift rather than just craning the weight up with my back. Cue back to the 210 kilo deadlift 10 years ago. You can see this was all in the back and being pulled up through the back, rather than now where I'm looking to utilize that leg drive and pushing my feet into the ground to get that weight up. So 225 kilos now, 2 reps. There we go. Yes. So this is my top set of the day. 250 kilos, ideally for a double. 225 felt very good. So I want to ride that confidence into this lift. So tip number 3 has to be probably the biggest game changer to my deadlift. And ever since I put this tweak in place, I feel my deadlift has just consistently felt better and better and better. And that is thinking about shoulders forward and down rather than setting them back and down. Quite often we're told to pull our shoulders back and down into this position, and as soon as you lift, the shoulders are pulled forward. So rather than setting them back and down and letting them pull forward once you lift the weight, why not set them forward and down, contract that pec, get everything nice and tight, and then they won't be pulled forward. So then there's less movement in the upper back, which means there's more tension, which means the legs and the rest of the body can do the job that it's supposed to do. Oh no! Oh! You. So, not quite what I was after. Not only did I not hit 250 kilos for a double, I didn't pick it up, I hit 240 kilos for a single, and it felt like the heaviest thing I've ever lifted. So what I'm gonna do is stick to the program as close as possible so that when it comes to game day, I've got the best chance possible of lifting the most amount of weight that I can on the day.
In the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown problems in the paper, put my problems paper, dial up the deputy mad at my brown.
So just while I was doing my side bends there, I realized there's probably one extra bonus point that I could give you guys that would tie those 3 points together. So those 3 points were: take the slack out of the bar so your shoulders aren't pulled forward. So then use leg drive so you take that tension out of the bar. And the third point was set those shoulders forward and down. Now the bonus tip, and probably the thing that ties them all together, is thinking rather than Instagram, let's think about no Instagram. So what do I mean by that? Rather than having my hips tucked back and my abs lengthened so I can't fully brace, lowering myself down and having all that sheer force going towards my lower back, I want to think about tucking my hips under, shortening my abs, creating much more tension in my stomach, and then lowering myself down with this rigid torso. So my hips are tucked under, my spine is on top of that, and I've created a really strong torso, rather than having a little kink in the lower back where that force is most likely going to be stressed towards. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Something a little bit different. If you did enjoy it, I would love to hear in the comment section down below if this is the kind of content that you'd like to see more of. As always, if you did like the video, a cheeky little like would really be appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate a cheeky little subscribe. If you do decide to take any of these points on and into your training, I would love to hear if any of them accelerated your strength as much as they accelerated mine. For me, I love the deadlift. Even when it's not going as good as it can do, I just love the way it feels. And especially as someone who's kind of leaning a little bit more towards being more of a hybrid athlete now, I really want to make sure I maintain good deadlift strength to help make sure I maintain a nice strong posterior chain that's going to help me with my running and my cycling, and it will still help me with my swimming as well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you haven't already, you can check my previous video out there, and you can subscribe right there. So I'll see you guys in the next video.